postpartum, the rasa has to be replenished. And if at all that rasa is not replenished properly with the proper nutrition and the proper expulsion of these imbalances from the system by purifying your rasa as well as rakta both, you will retain more fluid, you'll create more imbalances. So that is a very important decade in women's life post-menopause, where if that purificatory channel of cleansing of body is blocked, they will create breast cancer, they'll create this, they'll create that, they'll create so many diseases. And that decade is so important. If they pay attention to that, where they improve their nutrition, they're exercising regularly, they maintain their weight, they maintain their cellular agni and fire properly, it's very less likely that they will create a disease at that time. So we see a whole lot of imbalances, especially in women, what happened right around menarche and right around menopause. Those are the two junction points when you are entering into a menstrual cycle, as well as you are phasing out of menstrual cycle. So it's a very tricky thing. So we would like to call it as women's life as almost blessed and cursed at the same time. Okay, because they are the one which have to be mostly very, very careful about everything, because they can't abuse their body. They can't really abuse those 3 or 4 days of bleeding into packed with all the meetings and running around into their days. They have to lie low on those days, rest, recuperate, recover, pregnancy, postpartum, kids, children, everything. So as I say, it's a blessed as well as cursed life. And so if they are not careful, the spectrum of their diseases and the likelihood of them creating diseases is much more likely than that of men. So better be careful. The Upadhatu is breast milk and menstrual fluid, and its mala is kapha. This mala kapha is almost the mala which is to do with more stickiness and sliminess, and it's almost a mucousy exudate which happens, which can happen because of imbalance. Many times when you look at a candida or yeast infection, okay, it's almost a yucky kaphagenic infection or inflammation which is happening because of this inflammation, which will create a yeast infection or a candida infection, which is the mala, which is like kapha. So in general, when we talk about rasa, it is made up of all the mahabhutas, all the space, air, fire, water and earth is there, but it's mostly water. It's mostly water which is flowing everywhere else. It pervades in the whole body. There is plasma everywhere else. For example, if I scrape my hand like this, will the blood come out? No, but there will be some water which will come out, isn't it? So just by scraping that layer, some water will come out, and that water is plasma. So every cell and every tissue of the body is having that water. And that water is the one which is protecting the whole lubrication and the moisture in there. But the main site of rasa is in the heart. The main site of rasa is in the heart, because heart is the organ of circulation. It's the pump from where all the fluids are regulated everywhere else. So it's the movement and the circulation of rakta and rasa together, which pervades everywhere in the circulations through the arterial network, through the venous network, as well as through the lymphatic channel, which are emptied back into circulation, is all regulated by the pumping of the heart. As with